Greetings everyone, it's me again, Ashra from Blood Moon Pictures, and there's no music in the background. Anyway, welcome back to earlier than I expected Hiveswap Friendsim Volume 2. So, I just randomly, I'm sorry I'm late at the first and foremost, because I randomly, had a lot to do, by the way, and then I randomly looked up and was like, what? A few hours ago, Hiveswap Act 2 came out and I already have a video up? Okay. Damn. So, yeah, it has, there was a lot going on. So, basically what happened in the last part, we tried to befriend Adata and Diamond, and, yeah, I checked out every route. Today, I want to check out Volume 2, and I will not do it as the last time. I will try to do every possible ending for one route in one go, if that is possible for me, technically, like from the technical standpoint. So, let's just jump in there. We start through the streets of a strange alien world. Ever since you crash landed on this hostile planet, you have been desperate information, provisions. Along the way, you've had some loss, embarrassing missteps, and maybe even the encounter with alien meat products. You don't really want to get into it. Oh, so it's different. What you do want to get into is friendship. An entire planet of endless friend opportunities awaits you. Honestly, at this point, you'd make friends with one of those weird purple bushes. You're not picky. Wait, you see something in the distance, or perhaps someone? Oh, they're moving this time. This is different than before. Okay then. Amisia Erdin or Sirava Fairmod. You look like you're wearing pants like this, but you don't look like you're wearing pants like this. Like, is that on purpose? Did the artist didn't know if they should draw them pants or not? Or maybe it's just like because the bottom line, then the hands should be darker as well. Anyway, who should we try to befriend first? I think we should go with Amisia Erdin. Because blue, and I like blue, and because I'm kind of curious about her entire art thing. Lo, what light through yonder weirdly organic architecture breaks? A small figure approaches. Small? She is small. Smaller. Oh my gosh. You are so far you've swallowed quite a few insults in regards to your looks and intelligence level. You aren't really the type to let the shallow opinions of others get you down, but it's been kind of a rough day. You brace yourself. Cute! Oh! She gives you a sweet, sincere smile. I've never seen anything like you. It's giving me all sorts of new ideas. Boy, do you hope some of those ideas are about friendship. Now that you've got a taste of it, you are hungry for more. So, is it taking my last ending from Adata? I don't think it's really good to color an entire blue line. You take a stumbling step forward and your ribs remind you that although the potential of camaraderie is enough to improve your mental health, it can't cure acute injuries. Oh, you don't look so good. Come inside. I've been looking for new contributors. Contributors? Could she mean friendship contributors? No, that's dumb. Maybe she runs some sort of alien newspaper and she wants you on staff. She looks a little young for that, but what the heck do you know about alien management hierarchy? Yeah, true, but how young? That's cute. That's so adorable. And if you think about a gruesome, if you think about the quote from the how is it called? The Hiveswap Troll Call. That what it was it. I will have fun editing this episode, I know already. You follow her to a nearby building, and now that you're looking up from your ravenous hunt for companionship, you notice that you've wandered into kind of an upscale part of town. I mean, she is aqueous blood cased, if I don't mistake. There's a lot less garbage and people collapsed in the street. Okay, you see one of those spiky robot things, but it's washing a window instead of shooting a laser at a group of children. If that's not high class, you don't know what is. Interesting. Before you can follow her inside, she turns around in the threshold, blocking your way. Real quick. You don't happen to be an artist, do you? Artistry? Well, as a matter of fact... In real life? Could you consider YouTubers an artists? I mean, I always viewed myself kind of artistry in some sort. More of an artist than a brute force guy anyway. Tell her yeah, it isn't exactly your whole deal, but you've been known to dabble. Tell her, no. You've never had much of a knack for it. Oh, come on. That's not really... Any of those are my, not my answers. You know what? Let's go for the lower one, because I think that will lead to a dead end, and then I can start over and go straight into the next ending. Oh, good. Oh, damn it. Friendship between artists can be so fraught. Much better to just keep things between artists and art appreciators. That way no one can get jealous. So adorable. The girl's smile widens even further, and you feel an unbelievable rush of joy. Have you finally found someone who isn't a total freaking maniac? I censored myself without even noticing there. And she brought up friendship without you having to mention it at all. It puts a spring in your step, or as much of a spring as possible with a broken arm and misaligned torso. Alright. It wasn't the last ending I got. No, the last ending I got was the actual friendship one with Adata. Amisia leads you into... Amisia. I just noticed something about the name, but it's gone already. Leads you into an elevator with buttons labeled in spiky letters that make absolutely no sense to you. You realize that probably nothing is ever going to make sense to you again. That's okay. Your hierarchy of needs has adjusted recently. Your new friend, you are jumping the gun with this description, but you are really feeling seriously good about this encounter, stands in the corner of the elevator, wringing her claws. I have a bad feeling. I wish I'd known I was going to have company. I would have cleaned up a little. It's been a while since I've met anyone new. You assure her that whatever disaster her house is at, it can't be any worse than some other places you've seen here. Although you kind of get what she means, she's wearing an artist's smock that's covered in splashes of paint. Actually, it doesn't really look like paint. Yeah, I was going to say. But it couldn't be anything else, could it? It's every color of the rainbow. Ooh, boy. The elevator door slides open and you step into a space that you are relieved to find is totally recognizable. A table of overflows with messy palettes and brushes, cloudy jars of water and sponges. Several easels and stand beside the windows to catch the light of the 2 moons, and a number of canvases lean against the wall, turned so you can't see what's on them. First things first. Amisia brings you over to a wall screen that looks way more high-tech than anything you have on your new defunct spaceship. Tapping away at a series of unreadable symbols, she then indicates you should take off your sling. Here. I have the sling. Okay. Go ahead and stick it in there. She seems to want you to put your injured arm into a large hole in the wall. Which you do because you are sure your new friend has your best interests at heart. The hole shrinks down like a blood pressure cuff, spending bolts of agony through you. You want to yank your arm back out, but you don't. Even if it's broken, you still like having it attached to you. Instead, you shout a lot and thrash your other limbs around. Calm down, you big wriggler. It's like you've never seen a medicalizer before. If you don't stop moving, it won't work. Tears spill down your cheeks, but you forced yourself still. You'll bear the pain. You'll do it for your friend. Medicalizer. That sounds good. Troll culture? Not so much. Even though I think trolls' pain threshold is much higher than humans, so maybe it's like for them, but for us it's like throwing around keyboards. Damn, that was not planned. Yeah. She's looking at you so hopefully, and she's so delicate and pretty, almost angelic. Aw. You look at her face and tell yourself it's all going to be okay. Finally, the hole releases you and you pull your arm back to find it completely healed. Oh! You can move your fingers, it doesn't even hurt anymore. Hey, things are looking up. The first person who actually treats my injuries. See? I told you. This is great. You're overwhelmed with the urge to celebrate. This is great. Dance your new friend around the room could lead to mistakes, but oh, heck. You try to resist the urge to celebrate. You fail to resist the urge. You take Amisia by her tiny hands and twirl her around the studio. Or you try to. You forgot about your busted ribs. You sure are doing that a lot. You let go of Amisia and go carrying into one of the tables. Thankfully, not the one covered in art supplies. You hit the corner and go down onto your already incredibly sore ass. Why do I have the feeling that I accidentally picked like the perfect path already? This is what you get for acting like a huge fucking tool in front of your new friend. Which is basically me. Are you okay? Was that some sort of ritualistic rite of healing I've never heard of before? You shrug against the floor. Hi there. Amisia leans down and picks you up in a bridal carry, despite the fact that she's about half your size. It makes your ribs hurt, but that doesn't nowadays. So, yeah, true. Ekfia's blood case is always described to be physical, very strong. Amisia lays you down on a weird lumpy couch. Are you sure you're okay? You look a little... She trails off to nothing. She's looking at your left arm, which you have draped over yourself awkwardly to sort of try to hold your torso together. What color? That color? At first, you think she means the color of your skin, which is different than her light gray. Then you think she means the truly fantastic buffet of bruises you got going on. But then you realize that in your prancing idiocy, you've managed to scrape up the inside of your arm. Blood oozes sluggishly from the wound. Amisia dredges a finger through it. You're half expecting her to put it in her mouth and for this to become a whole cannibal situation. Well, since you aren't the same species, it wouldn't really be cannibalism. But still, no thanks. Instead, Amisia just holds her finger up, the drop of blood trembling on the tip. This color, I've never seen anything like it. Oh, true. Like all humans have Karkat's blood color, and that's not on the Hemo spectrum at all. Like the Hemo spectrum of blood colors. Like we have a light red, while the red of the trolls of the lowercase is dark red. She dashes off to one of her tables, pulling over a sketchbook and dragging her finger down it. Your bloodstains are a rusty line down the center. She lets out a little squeak of excitement. This is amazing! What? Red? Not red! There's a million dirty little rusties swarming all over this city. I'm drowning in red. This is crimson! It's incredible! You must be some sort of mutant. You're really lucky Wait, you? Okay, you're really lucky I found you instead of one of the drones. Lucky? You? Ha ha ha. Yes, very lucky. The luckiest. Though your arm is healed and you're out of whatever doubtless this weird weather happens on this planet. Maybe Amisia's right. Maybe you are lucky. You close your eyes to try and to breathe. Zen yourself out. Really center yourself in your own body and all that garbage. What the hell? When you open your eyes and wow, you sure aren't centered anymore. I totally mispronounced that. In fact, you roll completely to the left as you try to get away from Amisia, who is back and standing over you with a gigantic axe. Watch out! Amisia grabs you, drags you back up onto the couch and plants her hand on your solar plexus, effectively pinning you down. You'll hurt yourself. You'll hurt yourself if you keep flopping around like a beached blubber beast. Beach blubber beast? Okay. Oh, fish! You want to be friends, don't you? You want to help me with my artistic aspirations, right? You get the feeling that she might be trying to manipulate you, just the tiniest little suspicion. It's possible Amisia has recognized your intense craving for companionship and is trying to exploit it. You don't like being suspicious of a new friend, but that is pretty big axe. That's a pretty big axe. I don't know what's got you so worried. I just want to show you my axe. Oh, of course, that makes sense. It is a really nice axe. You all... Here! I just want to show it to you! Oh, jeez. You hold out your hand for it, but of course it is too heavy for you, and your hands are all sweaty and you fumble it. Fumble the really sharp weapon. Amisia tries to catch it before it's too late. Somehow, it's all the wriggly struggle you end up getting cut. Like, very cut. Across your wrists. Oh, really? Like, not even I am that... you know what? I don't even care. In fact, you don't think she could have aimed even better if she'd been trying. Oh dear. Hard agree. Don't struggle. You'll only hurt yourself more, silly. You don't want that, do you? No, you definitely don't want that. Not after what a butterfingers you've proven to be. Amisia gets up to put the axe down, and you kind of lose track of her for a little while. You are bleeding all over her couch, and everything around you starts to go shiny and unreal. She comes back with a couple little jars that she used to catch your blood. That's a good idea. You sure are making a mess. Is it getting redder and redder by the second? Do I have a timer? Making a mess. You wonder if they are specifically blood jars. They look like jam jars. Alien jam. Space jam. God, you love that movie. Oh yes! Can we have more of those classical Homestuck anecdotes? It's been so long since you've seen it. Definitely the best PG movie about basketball. Way better than the one with the dog and the clown. I don't even know that one. Do they even have basketball here? You ask Amisia. She just shushes you and brushes your hair back off your head. Back of your head. Okay. She keeps smiling and saying comforting things. God, she's such a good friend. Before too long, you do what it's honestly a good damn shocker you haven't done before now. You pass out. I come back. Okay, good. When you come to you are propped up against the wall in a weird way you wouldn't love it even if you weren't an invalid and both of you. Okay. Love even if you weren't an invalid and both of your arms are jammed in the hole in the wall. Oh yeah, that seems pretty uncomfortable. Then the mad hole. The glory hole of well-being. Oh, why did you have to phrase it that way? The magic sphincter. How do I pronounce that word? You grunt and pull your arms back out. You're healed. The cuts on your wrists are just two faded pink lines. You take a step away from the wall and immediately hit the ground. You may not be actively dying anymore, but you did just lose like half the blood in your body. Gosh, you're tired. A little giggle makes you turn around. That was girlier than I expected it to be. Or all over, since you are still on the floor and probably not getting up anytime soon. It's fine. You've met the worst floors in your life. Amisia is sitting at one of her easels. Her hair pulled back beneath a scarf and little round glasses perched on her nose. A jar of your blood sits next to her, and as you watch, she dips a brush in it. I'm glad you're awake. I was a little worried I'd actually killed you back there. She laughs and you laugh along with her. It's very funny actually. Everything is funny right now. It's probably the blood loss. You ask her what she's painting. Oh, of course. You, of course. Hi. Maybe this is the first time of you seeing me in this video. Because for some reason my camera wasn't running and I don't know if it was running at all. So, yeah. Sorry for that. But now I'm here. You inspired me. Well, right now it looks like a bunch of red squiggles and some lines, but she only just got started. She's warming up. She sits there on her stool looking at her palette and chewing on her lip thoughtfully. She looks somewhat nervous. Actually, I want to show you something. Something I've never shown anyone else. She leaps up from her stool and crosses the studio. You roll to your other side to keep her in your line of sight. You really hope she isn't getting another space jam jar. She starts turning around the canvases one by one. They are all blank, except for one, which has a little weight. No, that's just a shadow. Every single one of them is blank. You aren't sure you understand? You ask her if these are all just canvases that she has not gotten the chance to paint on yet. Amisia sighs. No, I've had them forever. For forever. I'm just... not a real painter. There, I said it. Aw. She buries her face in her hands, talking from between her fingers. I'm really good at all the other parts, the materials and the studio. I even make all my own paints. I just can't never do the actual sitting down and doing art part. Aww. She just looks so despondent. You wish you could do something, but you don't really know that much about art. You probably can't stand up yet. You tell her that she looks like she's moving in the right direction. At least, you don't even have a studio or any brushes or stuff like that. Of course, you have no aspirations to being a painter, but you leave that part out. That's just it. I feel inspired for the first time ever. I think it has to be your messed up, disgusting mutant blood. There's really no other explanation. Okay then. I have a feeling where this is going when you actually play with Joey in Hiveswap Act 2. She takes a knee beside you, picking up one of your limb hands with hers. They're cold, like she's been pressing them to a glass window in winter. Usually I just finish off my contributors quickly. I don't have time to deal with a bunch of injured lowbloods moaning around my studio. But I couldn't just cause your blood up all at once. Use all your blood up at once. You're far too special for that. You gaze at Amisia. A mist has descended over your vision, and it isn't even the mist of imminent death. I have to keep this precious blood safe. I think you might be my muse. You will never escape. Oh, God. I actually made friendship, I guess? Oh my goodness, I didn't even... Oh my goodness. Well, that is some yandere stuff going on. Why do I even censor myself? Like, this game has worse wording than I could ever speak out. I guess, I think. Anyway, this is the You'll Never Escape ending. The good ending, I think. Let's head to the other endings then, right away. Oh, jeez. Desperate for information, possibly for a bit of medical attention. Oh, wait, okay, that was the same, so it didn't jump anything. Let's go to her. She's so adorable, even though she's a little yandere maniac, but to be fair, what troll isn't? Tell her no. Now I go to this. Oh, I see how it is. Well, you aren't going to snake rodent any trade secrets out of me. Goodbye. She's flickering me off. You completely blew it. Okay, that was kind of obvious. The first one is always the entirely mess up one. Okay then. Let's go to the next ending. What is the entirely mess up part? Huh. And nope. And let's go here. This is great. You are overwhelmed with the urge to celebrate, but I'll be chill about it this time. You thank Amisia profusely, but you manage to keep it to the strictly verbal sort. Medicalizers are great. This part of the city is great. You really need to get more rich friends. Oh, trust me, you don't wanna. The more rich they get, the more bloodthirsty they get. That's like an actual thing about troll culture. The higher they are in a hemo spectrum, the more brutal they are, basically. Not only in physical strength, but also their mentality. For any one of you who didn't know. You tell her this, throwing in a compliment of her studio while you're at it. See? This friendship stuff is easy. I'm glad you feel that way. You're obviously really strange and under-socialized. But you don't seem to be a complete cultural idiot. Plus, I think it's really endearing how helpless and trusting you are. You laugh, slightly unnerved. You want to take that as a compliment, but after a recent encounter with another girl in blue, well, it all ended up okay. And Amisia is so nice and friendly, and she keeps calling you cute, which you think is pretty generous of her, considering what a disgusting mess you are at this point. Speaking of low bloods, what's your blood color? Just out of curiosity. Blood color? You aren't really sure what she's talking about, but red? You tell her it's red. She looks a little disappointed. I've got plenty of burgundy. Oh well. Good thing I have a delivery coming soon. Hey, do you think you can help me set a few things up before they get here? They? Visitors? As in plural? As in multiple potential friends? Oh, hell yeah! You are all over that, especially considering your newly healed arm. You are anxious to display all the simple motor functions you can perform. Amisia gives you another radiant smile. You live for those smiles, man. They are just so full of the glowing nectar of bromance. Perfect! Let's do this. Work always goes faster with 2 pairs of hands after all. Yes, absolutely it does. And even if by that she seems to mean her hands are pointing while she tells you where to put things, you're totally fine with that. Your ribs are still kind of killing you, but you swallow down the pain. You're getting pretty good at that. Too bad you can't stuck your whole torso into that magical science fiction hole in the wall. Well, maybe you could, but not right now. Right now, you've got a friend to help. Amisia instructs you to clear all the furniture to the edges of the room and lay down a big purple tarp. Apparently tarps aren't blue on this planet. Amisia answers her phone and then buzzes open with the apartment door. She runs over to the elevator with a squeal of delight. They're here! Sorry, I'm getting giggly about this. It's just been a while since I've had any new paints. Wait, paints? What's that? That's what's coming? Now that you think about it, there's something pretty crucial missing from this whole artist aesthetic she's got going here. There aren't any paints. No tubes dripping color pots with their tops left partially unscrewed. There aren't even any pencils. The elevator opens and 2 trolls come in. They have pretty similar shaped horns and are almost the exact same height. Brothers? Do trolls have brothers? Not really. Well, biologically speaking, every troll is kind of a sibling to each other because they all have the same mother, while all other trolls are biologically speaking the fathers. Like, the genetical slur all gets added to the mother grub. So basically every troll that is not on the planet anymore could be or is your father as a troll, and the mother grub is your mother. Does that make sense? Yeah, well, it's basically like ants or bees. From the uniforms and the douchey, swaggering way they walk, you get the idea that they are some sort of law enforcement. That and the 3rd troll in handcuffs they are dragging between them. Thank you, guys! You always bring me the best materials! They don't say anything. They just bring the 3rd troll to the center of the tarp and force them into a kneeling position. Then they bow to Amisia and leave the way they came. This doesn't look great. Even before Amisia runs out of the room and comes back with an axe the size of her whole body, You are not loving this. The troll on the tarp trembles, bites back a sob, but they don't say anything or try to run. She isn't really going to do what it looks like, is she? You can't bring yourself to believe that this cute little alien girl is going to straight up axe murder a dude right in front of you, presumably to finger paint with their blood. You stammer something to this effect. Amisia laughs. Well, I don't use my fingers. I'm not a fucking animal. She considers you for a few moments, tapping a claw against her mouth. I know! You can help me! I only ever let one person help with my work, and she's out of town right now. Oh? But you can but you and I have a connection. You feel it too, right? You do. God, you do. You've been feeling it so much lately for everyone you meet. You thought you had maybe come across someone who would readily accept your platonic longings without putting you through the ringer first. You don't want to help me, don't you? You do what you do. You want that you want that more anything. Amisia looks at you solemnly. Why don't you do the honors? She holds out her axe. I wouldn't offer this to just anyone, but I can't tell you how special you are. You're trembling. You're trembling. The troll on the tarp is also trembling, but unlike you, they seem to have accepted their fate. Slowly, inevitably, you hold out your hand for the axe. Amisia gives it to you with a smile. God damn it! You forgot about your broken ribs, and that you're a human and can't just pick up gigantic fucking axes with one hand. You drop it, and it bounces away from you, like way more than you think an axe should probably bounce. You look up at Amisia from where you are, doubled over with pain and shame. She laughs and scampers over to retrieve the axe, once again swinging it up without any signs of strain. She doesn't even have any visible muscles. What is this girl made out of? Troll biology. How silly of me. You seemed so culturally advanced that for a second I forgot about your natural inferiority. Here, I'll give you a second chance. You nod. Yes, please. A second chance that does not include committing gruesome murder. Usually I just use chains, but I've got a better idea. Oh god. You get what she wants you to do. You hesitate and Amisia's smile gets even sweeter, sweet like poison. Oh? You don't want to help me? The tarp crinkles a bit underneath you as you kneel. The tarp. You grasp the troll's shoulders and mumble an apology. They continue to say nothing. Amisia is sharpening her axe, which already looks pretty damn sharp. Hold tight. You try. You really do. The problem is, you try to hold on tight, but at the same time you try to drag the troll out of the way. Some buried instinct to try to preserve life rising up inside you. You're weak and injured though, so all you end up doing is just flopping both of you a little to the side. Oh, it's a green blood. Instead of coming down the axe, the neck in a clean slice, Amisia's axe glances off the troll's collarbone, mortally wounding them instead of killing them outright. And now you know why they have not been begging for their life. They don't have a tongue. Oh, jeez. So they can't beg, but they sure can yell, and thrash and bleed olive green alien blood all over you and the tarp. Olive greens are also treated that way? Oh no. No. God, there's so much blood. It's just spurting everywhere. Jesus Christ, you are such an idiot. Why wouldn't you just commit? Now you're covered in dying alien, and so is everything else. Amisia, the work table, and most direly the canvas is leaning against the wall. Amisia takes one look at them and lets out a wail of rage. I can't believe this! I let you into my hive, into my life! I was planning to let you into my potcher. I thought you were a refined sophisticate, but now I see you're just a Philistine. She gives you a shove toward the elevator. Your ribs are screaming, and so is the bleeding troll. You try to babble an explanation. Forget it! I don't want to hear your excuses. Chahoot was right. Chahoot? Oh, okay. If you want someone killed, right, you have to kill them yourselves. Interesting that Chahoot is her friend. Oh. Well, it makes sense, but still. You ride the elevator back. Oh, I just realized that's like a really sweet combination of small and tall. I love those combinations of friends. Sorry. You ride the elevator back down, kneeling in a pool of blood and failure. Terrible at murder. I don't know if that's a bad thing, but the blood is a different hue here. That's interesting. So, what we get from this is that olive bloods are treated like trash just as well. Which makes the entire Aqueous and Nepeta Moreligens all the sweeter. Interesting. Really interesting. Oh, all those bits and pieces of lore and background and culture we can see in these parts. I love it. And now I have to edit this video and hope that my face cam is actually there in the first part. If not, then I'm terribly sorry. But if you want to see the entirety of the Let's Play in one entire go, in one entire video, and also the last part, check out our Patreon. In the description below is a link for that. I will upload, probably at the same time I upload this Let's Play, the entirety of both episodes, because I think I only make 2 episodes this time, like the entire endings of this part and the next part. And yeah, if you want to assist us and help us doing more better content and actually be able to continue Diaries of an Alternian faster and many other projects we have and help us out with that, and maybe even help us out to start our own Minecraft server, then please by any means consider helping us out in our Patreon by becoming our patron. I forgot the word right there. It's in the other word. What am I doing? Anyway, I sincerely love all of you guys, and we'll see each other in the next video. Cheerio!